Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Hope you guys are doing well on this Sunday night. It is a really wet day here in Lismore, where I live. Hope everyone's doing well. Before I get into the 2020 preview of the Sydney Roosters, I want to give a couple of shout outs to a couple of great YouTubers. I want to give a shout out to Beyond the Try Line. You guys should go and check his channel out. I was watching a video earlier where he was doing a career mode of the 1990, somewhere in the 90s, the Raiders and the Broncos. It's an old game. Go and check it out. Shout out to Isaac Ritchie as well, who's a Mad Panther supporter. His channel is doing really well, over 1,000 subscribers. Go and check him out. Shout out to Entertain House, one of my great friends, one of my brothers on YouTube. Go and check him out. He's a great bloke. Also, NRL Vid 090, fantastic Manly supporter. Go check him out. Warriors NRL Fanatics, Dean Sullivan, rugby league history icon. And shout out to, who was I going to say the last one? Friggin' the Bundy Chick 82. Go and check those fantastic YouTube content creators out. They're doing a great job. Alright, let's get into the Sydney Roosters 2020 preview. Sorry, my body nose is a bit blocked up today, a little bit. Right. So, like the other ones I previewed, I've only got a few teams to go left in this series on my preview for them for the year. So, the Roosters will be tonight, so I'll go through their 1-17 that I think they would select. Pretty similar to the one they would have at the moment anyway. There's not really much to change. So, let's just go through it. Fullback, James Tedesco. On the wings, Daniel Tupou and Brett Morris. In the centres, Josh Morris and Joseph Manu. 5'8", Luke Keary, halfback, Kyle Flanagan. Front row, Jared Waerea-Hargreaves and Siasiwa Takiaho. The hooker is Jake Friend. The second row is Boyd Cordner and Mitchell Orbison. The lock is Victor Radley. And on the bench, Sam Verrills, Isaac Liu, Lindsay Collins and Satili Tupanui. That is the side I think the Roosters should go with. Unlucky for Nat Butcher, but, you know, I'm going to make a prediction right now. One of these young Roosters forwards are going to want to be at a different club, starting or at least in the 17. Like, you know, I think the Roosters got a decision to make out of Lindsay Collins, Satili Tupanua, or Nat Butcher. I feel like one of those three are going to want out soon, because three of those players definitely are worthy of being in a top NRL side. So I wouldn't be surprised if any of those three wanted out, or if whichever one misses out may want to go to a different club and get a start. But that's just my opinion. I think that's the best 17 the Roosters can field. I think Crichton on the bench might. Oh, Angus. Did I say Angus Crichton? No, I didn't say Angus Crichton. Shit, Angus Crichton would be on the bench actually, and I would probably cut Lindsay Collins. So my bench would be Verrills, Liu, Tupanui and Crichton. So Collins and Matt Butcher miss out, so that could be an issue. Look, let's just get into what the Roosters lack. I think they don't really lack much. The Roosters, they don't really lack anything. They probably maybe two things if that. So I think maybe a little bit of depth in the halves. So if Luke Keary was out for 4 to 6 weeks, which has happened a few times over the last couple of years, I'm not sure who would do the job. The only guy I can think of off the top of my head who could really do the job is Lachlan Lamb, maybe. He'd be the only one I could think of who could do the job for Keary if he was out at any stage. He probably will be in Origin time, but Origin's after the season now, so they won't really need to worry about that unless he gets a concussion. Yeah, I think Lachlan Lamb could be the best backup player they have. I'm not sure who the backup fullback would be for the Roosters. If Tedesco was out, probably Manu to fullback, Orbo to centre, and Crichton the back row. It'd be a bit of a reshuffle, but yeah, I'm not sure. The Roosters may lack a little bit of depth in key positions. That would probably be the only thing that I could think of they lack. Also, they probably lack a little bit of home ground advantage now. They can't play their games at Allianz Stadium, aka the Sydney Football Stadium. They can't play at the SCG because they're going to be playing. Most of their home games are going to be at Bankwest Stadium, from what I understand. Bankwest or Central Coast, one of the two. So, you know, the Roosters' record at the Central Coast is pretty average, but I think they played at Bankwest last year. I think they played the Tigers there during the Origin period, and I think they did beat the Tigers by 8. I think it was 24-16 from memory. It was a Friday night game. They don't really lack too much. I think, maybe the loss of Cronk and Latrell Mitchell could be a bit of a, maybe a little bit of experience. But in saying that, they signed Josh Morris to replace Latrell Mitchell with, which is no issue. Kyle Flanagan to replace Cooper Cronk is a bit of pressure on the young Kyle Flanagan, but I think Kyle Flanagan's going to be a great halfback. So, I don't think they lack anything there, but, I think Kyle Flanagan will be a good player in the next couple of years. He's pretty good at the moment, but he'll be better in a couple of years' time. There isn't really much pressure on Flanagan. The pressure's on Keary, really. Keary runs the side, Luke Keary may wear the number 6 jersey, but he's pretty much the halfback. And Kyle Flanagan's just tackling and running. So, even though Keary's the 6 and Flanagan's the 7, they pretty much play the other way around. So, I don't think the Roosters lack much. Probably just they can't play it at home is one thing, and maybe a bit of depth in the halves and at fullback. Excuse me. Bloody hell, nose is a bit runny. Gee whiz. Alright. What do the Roosters gain this year? Well, I think the signing of Josh Morris and Kyle Flanagan, like I just said, I think it's a really good, positive thing for the Roosters. I think Josh Morris has still got about a year or two with him. He's got so much experience. He brings a lot of experience to the Roosters backline. I understand he'll be playing next to Daniel Tupou and Boyd Cordner. So, Tupou's won 3 premierships. Cordner's won 3 premierships. Keary's won 3 premierships. So, the Roosters are got so much experience. It's absolutely ridiculous. And they got so much strike with guys like Joseph Manu, James Tedesco, Victor Radley's an absolute machine. Mitch Orbison, I absolutely love him. One of my favourite players of all time, Mitch Orbison. What a player he is. Takiaho, probably one of my favourite front rows, to be honest. The Morris brothers are so good. You can't shit on the Morris brothers. You just can't. You can't think of anything negative about them. They're just the best blokes and probably the best twins I've ever seen. Everyone's got their opinion on certain twins that have been in the game before, but in my opinion, Josh and Brett Morris, the best twins I've ever seen in the one team. I think it's absolutely outstanding, these two together. I love it. They don't really lack anything, the Roosters. They're just going to be a dominant force again, I think 0-2 start might be a bit of a negative for them, but they got so much quality in their team that they don't lack anything, and they've gained a fair bit, even though they lost Cronk and Mitchell. But replacing Mitchell with Josh Morris is fine, and Kyle Flanagan's a young kid. They got the great coach there, and Trent Robinson, who he's a real father figure too. So if you're struggling for any other reason, Robbo can really fix you up in a heartbeat. What a great coach Trent Robinson is. In my opinion, he's the best coach in the world at the moment. I think at the moment he's better than Craig Bellamy. He's won the last 2 premierships. So, Robbo's done a bit more than Bellyache the last couple of years. He won. Robinson's only a young coach too. I don't think Robinson's in his 50s yet, so he's got a long way to go. How old is Robbo? Is he even 40? Robbo's a pretty young coach still. I just feel he's going to have so much success. He's won a premiership in 2013, and then you went back to back. He won it in 18 and 19. They're going to be hard to beat, the Roosters. So they're a side you don't want to be playing late in the year, because that's when they click. That's when they're at their best, is later in the year. But if you're going to beat the Roosters and you're going to try and figure them out, you want to play them in the first month of the year, because they tend to be a bit slow off the mark. A stat that I know off the top of my head, the Roosters lost every single round 1 game and they won the premiership. So I think 2018 they lost the first game to the Tigers, and in 2019 they lost their first game to the Rabbitohs, and then they lost to Penrith in round 1 in 2020. So, it's a scary thought that they may go for a three-peat. It's scary, the Roosters. Every time I lose round 1, they win the comp. So, it's a scary stat. Look, let's go to the predicted finish. Look, I think the Roosters are still going to be a top 4 side this year. I think I think they'll have another incredible year. I believe the Roosters will make the grand final again this year, but I think they'll lose this year. Holy shit, it's heavy rain. I think the Roosters this year will finish in 4th position on the competition ladder. That's my overall predicted finish. Roosters to finish 4th this year. I believe they'll make the grand final, but they'll lose the grand final this year. I won't say who they'll lose it to because I haven't made my mind up on who will beat the Roosters in the grand final yet. But I think the Roosters will be there this year in the grand final, but they will get beat by whoever I select to win the premiership. But I don't think they'll do a three-peat. But in saying that, I wouldn't write them off. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, holy shit, it's really getting heavy here. You know, I think 0-2 is a bit of a fair start for what they have had to go through with losing Cronk and Latrell. But look, there's so much quality. There's so much strike. They have the best defence in the competition. Probably some of the best attack as well. So, you know, the Roosters are going to be hard to beat this year, and I think they're going to finish in 4th position on the competition ladder. Anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the 2020 Sydney Roosters preview. They're going to be a hard side to beat. If you follow the Roosters like the Bundy Chick 82 does, you should be excited because they're going to have a good year. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Tomorrow night's preview will be the Gold Coast Titans. I don't know why. I got to do them, but, you know, they suck. Have a look at this rain, guys. Turn this camera around. Can't even... Oh, I got my hand wet, you bloody son of a bitch. You fucking arsehole. Oh, great. I broke the fucking... I broke it. I broke the window. Oh, fuck, mate. Yeah, look. Anyway, enough of that. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Fucking hands wet.